Hello and welcome to Throttle Up. Today we are going to review the newly launched Maruti Suzuki Grand Vitara. This is the alpha variant, which is the top end of the mild hybrid versions of this car. The strong hybrid versions would be called Alpha Plus, so that would be the top model. So this is the 1.5 petrol manual. Although this does come in eCVT and there are no diesel options, all petrol engines are there. Now let's have a look at the front fascia of the car, which looks absolutely stunning in my opinion. It comes with a very big grille which has a very high usage of chrome and piano black as well for the main grille. It comes with a proper Suzuki badging and there is space for the ventilation of the engine. So there's that. But a lot of chrome has been used. There's a proper skid plate in silver finish. That is a DRL which couples as an indicator. The DRL consists of three different elements and you get a LED projector setup for the main headlamps. You don't get any fog lamps as such, but still the car looks very imposing. It's pretty much one of the best looking Marutis we have had in a long time. Coming to the engine, this is powered by a mild hybrid 1.5 liter petrol engine which produces around 100 bhp of power and 135 Nm of torque. The hood comes with insulation to provide lesser cabin noise. The engine is supposed to produce around 26-27 kmpl, which Maruti is claiming. So that's a really nice average which they are claiming. Coming to the side profile, it is 4,365 meters in millimeters in length and 2,610 in the wheelbase. The roofline is a bit slanting and it looks very good. It looks long, it looks big, and it does get that SUV stance. So coming to the elements, you get turn indicators on ORVM. It's body colored, chrome on the window sill, body colored handles. You get this silver finish, like just like in Creta, to give it a dual tone effect. You also get roof rails which are non-functional, the shark fin antenna, and you get the design elements that you would have wanted. So the tire profile is 215/60R17, which is a good enough tire profile. It also gets a black plastic cladding for the wheels, just like in your Jeep Compass. So it does add to the side profile. It looks really, really nice in my opinion. But I still would have gone for a different alloy design if I had the choice. Coming to the rear, it again is a stunner. It's again one of the best designs I've seen from Maruti Suzuki. So that's a really big compliment to their designers, their product team. The tail lamp runs from end to end. It gets that complete treatment till the logo. So it looks really nice when it's lit up. It's proper LED unit. It might remind you of the Porsche Macan tail lamp. I shouldn't be comparing with a 1 crore rupees car, but still, that is how much I like the design. So this is how it looks when it's lit up, and you might just see the resemblance to the Porsche. So it gets this three element appeal again, just like your DRLs. It looks really, really nice. It feels like a more expensive car if you look at it from the rear. So it gets your Grand Vitara badging, all grip badging. These are halogens for reverse and indicators and a reflector. I don't get why they have done the halogen treatment there, but you coming back to other things, you get the defogger, rear wiper, you have the rear camera, rear parking sensors, and this diffuser skid plate again, rear skid plate as well, just like in the front. This is the first all-wheel drive car offered by Maruti, so that is why you get the all-grip badging. Coming to the boot space, it is a 310 liters boot space, which is on the relatively lower, smaller side, and strong hybrid gets a relatively lesser space because it has a battery. It has spaces on the left and right, comes with a halogen boot lamp, no subwoofer treatment. It does come with a 12-volt socket for your power needs. Coming to the fifth wheel, it is a 17 incher, but it's not an alloy. It's a steel wheel, but it does come with an R17 tire profile. So that's about the fifth wheel. Boot space could have been more because the level is flat. You don't get a deep enough space to put more luggage. But again, the problem arises in the strong hybrid version where you might have even a bigger challenge when it comes to the boot space because they would have the battery in the boot. Coming to the rear seats, the doors are really light, and that's a big problem that I have coming from a 16 lakh rupees car. That is not expected, Maruti. You should have given heavier cars. There is soft touch material, red maroonish leather, which is a really nice touch. Hard plastics on the top and bottom. Speakers, bottle holder, maybe two bottle space. Piano black finish. Same handles, just like in other Maruti cars. This silver garnish on the top of the handles. I would have appreciated if there were a different door handles and different power window buttons, because they feel just like any other Maruti. This might be the topmost offering that Maruti has, so would have expected a better plastic quality. Coming to the seats, they have used black and maroon colored theme, which is nice. This is the minimum leg space that you get, and that is the maximum leg space that you get based on the seat adjustments that you have done on the front side. It does get a decent amount of space. Thigh support is really nice. Again, I'm impressed by the thigh support that they've given. The problem, however, comes in the headroom, which is pretty much negligible. It is very, very poor because I am 5'9" and my head is touching the roof. I understand that panoramic sunroof does create problems and the roof liner is a little bit on the lower side, but it's really, really not done. It does get the middle headrest also, which is adjustable. It does get an armrest, two cup holders, leather finish, and it does stay right there. It does not fall to the seat. Does ISOFIX child mounts, no good contouring. There's a bit of a hump, but nothing that you can not work around with. Very flimsy AC vents. Would have again appreciated better quality chrome garnish. One USB socket and one Type C. This is the Type C, and on the left side you get a USB socket. Space to keep your stuff in. So this is the dashboard, how it looks from the back seat. It is a breath of fresh air, but again, very similar elements when compared to the new Baleno or the new Brezza. So the touchscreen, the center console pretty much remains the same. The very big addition is the panoramic sunroof, which is the first for a Maruti car. This is the lamps, reading lamp for the back passengers. It comes on both the sides, grab handles. Again, very normal to use, nothing premium quality, and would have appreciated a better finishing to that lamp because it's very hard to use, so it does not get the premium touch. So now let's move to the front dashboard of the car and see what all features have they provided. Again, one more thing is that this does get a one side recline angle, so you can recline it to two angles. This is the last setting, and you can also put it a bit ahead so that you might create more boot space. I don't know, because ideally you would just keep it on the back. Why would you want to sit upright? But yes, you can recline it to one step. Coming to the front, and let's talk about the door first. Again, same treatment. I like the maroon leather quality that they've used with white stitching. Same surrounds, chrome surrounds, plastics on the top, piano black finish, buttons auto up and down for the driver's side. Same buttons, just like your different Maruti cars, for the outside rear mirror adjustment. A good amount of space on the door to keep your bottles and your tickets in. And that's the tweeter that you see. No electric adjustment, which is, I don't know whether to expect or not. Comes with the proper dead pedal. This is the manual, so three pedals. These are the pedals for 360 camera, hill descent control, headlight adjuster, engine start stop button, which is again finished in leather all around. This is the AC vent, which is surrounded with piano black finish. Coming to the steering wheel and the instrument cluster, the steering wheel is on the thinner side. I would have liked if it were more chunky, but it's still finished in leather, which is nice. Comes with the infotainment controls, cruise controls, and the phone hang up, and you can pick the call, voice recognition as well. But the buttons are same as your other Maruti cars. So again, since this is the topmost offering, again, plastics could have been premium. It is 3-spoke finish with the chrome on the bottom. Again, the stick deal is not impressing me. They should have changed this. The one more thing is that the top of the mild hybrid does not get the digital treatment that the Maruti offers on the strong hybrid variant. So it does get the same small MID and analog instrument cluster. You don't get the digital treatment which you get in the strong hybrid Alpha Plus variant. So that's about the instrument cluster. Very basic, nothing new or fancy, which you might want to see again, the right hand stick is to adjust and have toggle through different information for MID, and the left is to adjust the odometer. When you start the ignition, it takes a few seconds to start the infotainment system, and it does a full 360 view of the car first, thanks to the 360-degree camera. So that's a really cool thing to see when the car starts. This is again picked up from the new user interface which Maruti is using. Slick to use, a massive improvement as compared to the previous generation of the touchscreens which Maruti used, and no complaints whatsoever. The only thing I might have liked is a more premium UI as compared to Baleno and Brezza, just to give it a different positioning and a more premium positioning. It does get all the features: Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It also gets this energy flow function where you can see if the battery is getting charged, what is powering the engine, and all of that. Settings, pairing options, vehicle info settings, and again, no complaint whatsoever. So coming to the settings, you do get the energy flow as I mentioned. You can see what is powering, ambient lighting to adjust the brightness and all. Ambient lighting is on the negligible side, so you don't really feel the impact of that ambient lighting. But coming to the 360 camera, you can switch to 360 by pressing that button on the right at the bottom as I just showed you. So it does a full 360 view. You can change the view. This is the front parking camera perspective, and that was an all around 360 camera perspective. So it does a full circle before it stays steady. You can switch that on or off. These are the settings which you can adjust for guideline displays, front view default screen, and all of that. Coming to the home screen, again, infotainment is a 9-inch setup, and it gets 8 speaker setup, 4 speakers, 4 tweeters. So no complaints as such. Because it's an expensive car, they could have tinkered around with more not features, but more premium appeal to the touchscreen. Coming to the AC vents, proper piano black finish with chrome knurled finish, and this is also more sturdy to use. The AC vents adjusters, that's nice. Chrome garnish on the left and right. These are the AC vents, same as your different cars. This is the traction control button. This is the auto start stop button. USB, that's 12 volt socket. No electric wireless charger in there. This is the finished in leather, the center console, so that's nice. Similar gain of finish in leather. Since this is the all-wheel drive version, or Maruti calls it all grip version, you get the drive controls. You can switch it to snow mode, sport mode for increasing torque and shifting more power to all the 4 wheels. You get the lock feature also. In case your car gets stuck, it will provide maximum torque. Hard plastics in the center console, and 2 cup holders, and normal manual handbrake, no electric handbrake given. So that's about the controls. I would have appreciated if they had more premium plastics used. Center console is sliding. It does get a decent amount of space, no cooling function or no charging, wireless charging, but does suffice the purpose. Coming to the other ergonomic features, it does get one dashboard, no cooling function in there. It does get in the Alpha Plus. So again, no lamp, no cooling function. Coming to the dashboard, proper soft. This is hard plastic. This is the chrome surrounds, and this is a very nicely done soft leather finish. So they have changed it a bit, and it does give this layered appeal, and it does give you this relatively more premium feel as compared to the other Marutis. But again, compared to Creatas and Skoda Kushaqs, it still might have a way to go. So coming to the vanity mirrors, gets lamps on both the sides with the lamps, even on the driver's side. So that's a good thing. Coming to the center, it does get a sunglass holder, and you get lamps which you can toggle through either here. The door is open, that's why it's not working. You can also toggle the function, just like in any other car, through here. So nothing very different. These are the controls for your sunroof. One button, very simple to use. Click it once, and the entire panoramic blinds will go behind. Click it twice, and you can open the sunroof. The peculiar thing is that the glass which is placed behind, above the rear seat, also moves, which is really peculiar because you don't see it in any car as such. But it is on this bigger side. It does cover the entire cabin. The lining, however, feels a bit loose at the top. So I don't know why. It still misses out on features like the ventilated seats, the heads-up display, and the 7-inch digital cluster, instrument cluster, which the Alpha Plus gets. So this is the auto dimming inside rear view mirror, which is a good feature to have. But I don't understand why they have not given the features which the strong hybrid versions get. Coming to the seats, it is finished in leather. The bolstering is nice, although I would have appreciated if it had a bit more cushioning. It does come with the seatbelt adjuster as well. So the comfort on the driver's side or the co-passenger side is sorted. Still, cushioning would have been a bit more nice. So this was for the interior of the new Grand Vitara Alpha variant. Overall, I have to give it to Maruti Suzuki for doing the exteriors really well, and 10 on 10 for the looks and the features that they have provided. One thing that could have been way more better is the build quality. So when you're competing against the likes of Hyundai Creta or the Kia Seltos or MG Astra for that matter, the almost all the plastic elements seem to be picked up from the other Maruti cars. So that is really not done because you are offering this as your flagship car in the Indian market. The good aspects are that although it shares the underpinnings with S-Cross, it doesn't feel like it because it's completely the different car from exterior and the interior. It's also shared the same platform with the Toyota Hyryder, but the changes in the exterior are noticeable. Interior is the same, but the cars are not exactly the same from the exterior, so that's a good part. I expect this particular version to go around 14 or 15 lakhs on road because the Brezza top model is already touching a price of 14.5 lakhs on road. The bookings have already started for this car and the deliveries are bound to get started by the mid of August. So if you like this car, go ahead and book yourself one. So if you like this video, do like it. Tell us in the comments what do you feel about the new Grand Vitara, and would you go for the Hyryder, the Grand Vitara, the Creta, or maybe even the Harrier, or you might also go for the Brezza and save yourself few lakhs. So let us know in the comments what would you do if you had a budget of say 10 to 15 lakhs. Subscribe to our channel and keep watching Throttle Up.